call me the cousin. The what else was I called? Hush puppy.
Hush puppy.
Hush puppy.
Follow this wave. I don't wanna play that game.
I thought I was gonna call like an African.
Yeah, because that nigga is now famous.
Like what? You hush puppy or something?
Follow this wave. I don't wanna play. Follow this wave. Follow this wave. I don't wanna play that games you play. I don't want you to leave. I just wanna make you stay. Because I love the way your body day. Okay. Follow this wave. I don't wanna play that games.
That refrigerator's open. One.
Let's go. I'm a goofball. I'm sorry.
We're just gonna call that a blooper.
We can have that as a blooper.
A live blooper.
We can definitely have that as a blooper.
We missed yesterday. Somebody had some child support situations they had to handle.
Oh, for real? Oh,
You were the one that canceled, bro.
yeah, but I ain't had no child support situations to handle.
You keep wanting the fans and the people that listen to believe that you don't have like 6 kids out there.
Nah, I tell people this all the time.
I was with you at Six Flags. One of them said, "Daddy," you kind of just started running.
Why are you lying? Why are you lying? He joking, y'all.
I low key want that. I want that to happen.
Now I have the only time I remember us being at Six Flags or something.
Remember you got
Actually,
lost?
it was at Whitewater.
When you
It was
got
at
lost?
Whitewater, yeah.
And then our uncle found you.
Yeah.
And I think he was either eating ice cream or
Yeah,
they
because
gave you ice
that was the
cream.
only way that could shut me up from crying.
You were such a fucking only child when you was younger. You used to do some like really, really crazy shit. But I didn't have a brother, so I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna deal with this bullshit.
Hold on, Josh said he was there.
Who?
Josh was there?
Not even remotely, bruh. We didn't know him back then. Josh, you were in your dreams when this happened. I mean, me and Laya was like,
I was like,
you were like
6,
6,
7.
yeah. I was like 9,
6,
10.
Yeah.
We were young. This is before your time, bro. This is to prove that me and this nigga right here, way back,
Man.
before you started looking like Drew Holiday. That's what the dude that said last week. You look like that basketball player, Drew Holiday.
Yeah. I mean, I get different people all the time, so I'm not surprised when I hear anything anymore.
Plus, they always say all black people look like somebody.
True.
Even though not to be racist, but I think you could probably line up like 10 Chinese people, and they might all just look identical.
Yeah, you would really have to. But the difference is, when they look at each other, they're able to tell. The same way when we look at other Africans, we can tell if they from Nigeria or if they from Ghana.
Yes.
What
are some of the key things from like Africans that you can tell like this person is from this country?
Well, we were just talking about this on Maddie's show.
Mm-hmm.
Ethiopians.
Yes.
You could tell the Ethiopian.
Their hair,
their
complexion, they horse-like pointy nose, their forehead, and they're usually a Muslim type dominated country too, the way they are.
Yeah.
Liberians, you can almost never tell unless you hear their first name. They always have English names.
Yeah.
They always have English names. I mean,
That's
you go
true.
to Africa, you see like a Randolph. You're like, what the fuck? What is a Randolph doing in Africa? Right? Nigeria to me will be one of the most difficult because we have so many tribes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. There's a lot too many.
Mm-hmm.
There are too many.
And you can see somebody that like the mom was Igbo and the dad was Yoruba, and then you're half.
Yeah.
We have a friend that's half Igbo, half Yoruba. And we have friends that are full Igbo. We have friends that are full Yoruba. But Nigeria just has a whole bunch of different characters.
How can you tell if somebody's from Ghana?
I'm not answering that question
Why?
because I don't want to get in trouble. So I'm gonna let you answer.
No,
Let you answer
I
that question.
I asked you, bro.
For the women or for the men?
Either one. I'm
Either
gonna let
one.
you pick. Either one. Either one.
For the men, I can't really say based on how their accent. I'm gonna play it mad safe. Their accent. This is how a Nigerian talks. The house is burning, so I have to go to the doctor.
But
But from Ghana, this is how they say it. Charlie, the house is burning. You need to go to the doctor. Tell me I'm lying.
is doctor.
The doctor.
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 The house is burning.
And Nigeria, doctor.
Doctor. I had an argument like with somebody from Ghana that I know, and we were going back and forth because each country you have your pride in how you say stuff.
Right.
And she was like, "Why do you always say basketball?" She said, "What is basketball?" Coca-Cola. And I said, "What is doctor? What is burning?" There is no E in burning. And then you know what happened to her? This is how I love to have the last laugh, right? So she's like, "We don't talk like that. We say doctor." And I said, "No, you don't. You say doctor." And she said, "No, you're lying." That's okay. Text it to your sister, call her, and tell her to read the text. And she did that.
What did she say?
Bro, when I tell you, if there was like a championship belt I can hang up, the moment her sister started to read it, she said, "Charlie, why do you say the dog is bad?" Bro.
Oh,
Shout out to Liberia. Liberia's in the house. Queen Kisa. Liberia. So, I really don't know any specifics from Liberia other than they have English first names. And that's all I know.
They do.
Yeah.
They do have. Yeah.
You have all of them. All the Liberians I know, English first names.
You're right.
Yeah.
Because I know some of the ones you know. So.
Oh, yeah. We know a lot. See?
So, yeah. You be like, they tell your name, you're like, "You African?"
But they have this fun way of talking. I can never mimic a Liberian's accent. It just sounds like they're afraid when they're talking. It's not basketball. It's not Benny. They have their own type of, accent. Another thing I can always tell that a male is from Ghana is if his name is Kofi.
Oh, yeah.
All the Kofis I know are from Ghana.
But I'm going to say one. Y'all don't crucify for this, but usually Ghana people are really, even though I'm dark, but Ghana people are usually, majority of Ghana people I know are usually on the dark side. Not only that,
Ghana. Yeah.
And I'm talking about the guys.
Okay.
I'm talking about the guys, but no, but the women too. The women too.
Some light-skinned Liberians.
I have too.
Okay.
But not only this, they have more of a rounder face than Nigerians.
Okay.
They have not rounder, but fuller. They have a fuller face, a bigger face than Nigerians.
Kofi Kingston, is he from Ghana? I have Jamie says Kofi Kingston. I believe he gotta be from Ghana. It's the same guy that's on
not the Kofi Kingston. You're talking about wrestling. No, she's talking about wrestling. She's talking
wrestling.
about wrestling.
Okay, he's a wrestler.
Yeah, he's talking about wrestling.
I thought he was an actor that played in is it Queen Sugar? Brown Sugar? No, Brown Sugar is a movie. Queen something is another show that comes on TV that had a bunch of episodes. And a Ghanaian is in there. His Kofi. What are the odds?
To be honest, when she said Kofi Kingston, I was really like,
yeah, she said WWE.
Yeah,
you're right.
When she first, I was thinking about
is he from Ghana?
Kofi Kingston?
He's Nigerian?
He's Ghanaian.
Okay, see? Yeah. They always go with that name Kofi. Kofi. We'll call you Kofi. Kofi 1, 2, 3.
At first, when I saw Kofi, I was thinking about
we just had a baby.
The Jamaican singer.
Kofi, Jamaican.
You just
Coffee. That's
beautiful girl. What's his name? That's why you never make it work. Sean Kingston. Sorry.
Oh no, come on.
I was thinking when she said Kingston. Yeah, I was just thinking about
Sean Kingston is Queen Sugar. Thank you. Yes, Queen Sugar is the name of when the pandemic hit. When everybody was watching Squid Games.
Yeah,
a lot of people were watching. There was another show that everybody was really watching.
Though Squid Games was fire.
I agree with you. Clickbait. You remember Clickbait? Did you watch it on Netflix? Clickbait was another mind twister. But there was another show everybody was hooked on. Heist.
Oh yeah,
Heist.
yeah. When that show first came out,
Even though a subtitle was Spanish as fuck, everybody
was it in Spanish?
Yeah, Heist was not an English. It's not a.
No, I didn't know. No, I knew it wasn't in English, but I thought it
Mhm.
was in French or
Mhm.
something.
No. It was Spanish, but the subtitle, the voiceovers was
Yeah,
English.
but that shit was good though.
Yeah. Well, I could never get into it.
Really?
Yeah, everybody was
Ah.
watching it, but I finally sat down and I watched Squid Games, and I was hooked. Right. So when Squid Games is over, you understand that we were spending every day indoors.
Yeah.
You only kind of went out if you were out of groceries.
Right.
And the people that were like,
you didn't even go out. You just
DoorDash.
DoorDash or Uber Eats or
you
whatever.
can really rely on those DoorDash. Some of them are nasty. Some of them probably have COVID. They're gonna put it on your shit and you're gonna get it too, right? So you mask up, you glove up, you go up there, you go get your shit, and then you come back home, and then you do what you can do. But the main part I'm trying to tell you is that we spent so much time indoors. We were watching, and we made Netflix a lot of money.
Yeah.
Any streaming service that was out there during the pandemic, they made a shitload of money, and the challenges everybody was doing.
But that's
remember
why.
the Don't Rush, the girls that were taking their make brush and put it in the camera, and then they all dressed.
Oh
Don't
yeah,
rush.
yeah.
And then we kind of did it too. We was kind of taking the brush. We was brushing our hair. Don't rush. And then we take the brush.
Oh, like
I did not.
I didn't do that. I didn't participate in that either.
I felt like I had a whole bunch of other stuff to do, like understanding the PPP loans and how to.
Now I did fall in love with the song, and I started listening to it a lot.
Don't rush.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, the pandemic made some people a lot of money. The guy that had that song, Don't Rush, he made a lot of money because every time people would use it as a challenge,
he's getting paid.
Exactly.
He's getting paid.
Exactly.
The mannequin challenge. Yeah.
Yeah. Squid Games 2 is coming out. Yeah. It's been the pandemic was over like in what 2021. People kind of started.
Was it 2020 or 2021?
The pandemic hit right after Kobe died. That's how I always remember that the world was almost coming to an end.
That's
right.
true.
I think Kobe died in
because it was a February. Wasn't it February that he died?
2020.
Yeah.
February. And then we went back to our regular lives in 2022. So it's almost been 3-4 years since Squid Games has been rumored to have their season 2, but I'm hoping that it still captures people's attention because once we are back in that our natural habitat, kind of going out the real world, our attention is no longer that we have to sit down and watch stuff. One of the shows
I will tell you though, if you like Squid Games, watch Alice in Borderland.
What you have to get on
Netflix. On Netflix.
Okay.
That's
what we should start doing though. Start recommending some stuff that people can watch. And enjoy.
Yeah.
And if they don't have
that's a good idea.
If they don't have the access to some of the streaming service that we give out, we can start renting our streaming service to them. Like they want to watch something on Apple TV. I'll give you my login for like $20. You just I'm kidding.
24 hours.
Yeah. After 24 hours, I'm changing the password. I'm logging off all devices. That you got to pay a late fee. The late fee that she was about to charge you. We got to get it.
We got to get exactly. So
no, but the 2 shows that I really sat down and I watched, and I never thought that I was going to watch it because when we were doing our regular lives before the pandemic, I just never found any interest in it. Breaking Bad was one of them. Everybody kept saying how great of a show Breaking Bad was, but I was never get into it until the pandemic, and I was fucking hooked. Yeah, Better Call Saul. Yeah, people said it was okay, but could not touch Breaking Bad.
The Boys was another one.
The Boy, yeah, Amazon, The Boys, yeah, and then they have another one out right now called Gen Z. You need to watch that. Gen V, bro. I am guaranteeing you're gonna love it. Just watch it. I think there's 5 or 6 episodes out right now. The other show that everybody was watching was, I did say Squid Games, and then we said The Heist. Yeah, The Heist was the other one everybody was watching. But Game of Thrones, I get Game of Thrones another
Game
8.
of Thrones.
I watched all 8 seasons during the pandemic.
Oh, for real?
Yes. When I was working. And you need something to kind of take tension off when you need a break, whatever. Game of Thrones was just playing, and you kind of see some stuff that you didn't really realize when you first watched it. It kind of showed up, and you kind of remember characters that have been lost. You remember the Jason Momoa, whatever his name is? He was in Game of Thrones, right?
Jason Momoa?
Yeah.
He was Khaleesi's husband. Yeah. I recognize him. Even, have you seen The Last of Us?
Gen V is wild.
Have you seen The Last of Us?
The Last of Us.
Yeah, the new show came out.
Who's in it?
Okay, so he was in Game of Thrones. I can't remember his name. If you guys remember his name in the chat,
what streaming services?
HBO, and it's about zombies and his daughter dies.
Oh no, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yes. Last of Us.
Yes.
Both of them was in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, he was in Game of Thrones. People don't realize even though his character didn't last that long
because he was being too cocky. When he had that fucking giant, but he got too cocky, and then they fucking took his eye out.
Right.
And then the girl, she was a queen at the time. She was that small princess that killed that giant and said this for. I believe she said this is for Winterfell, but she ended up killing him.
Yeah.
That's another good show on HBO. What call? Last of Us.
That is a good show.
Great show.
Let's get into some comments real quick before we keep on going.
Pedro Pascal, that's his name. Yes.
Pedro Pascal.
Yes, that's his name.
Yep. Let's get into some comments.
Yes, Jamie, that first episode of Gen V. I'm telling you, when I sat down, I'm actually gonna put this on.
So Jamie
everything.
say that it's good too.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm gonna put this on everything. The first episode of Gen V was better than the first episode of Homelander. And remember, Homelander started off with what's the guy that can run? A-Train, when he was running and ran into that boy girlfriend.
Yeah, and that was completely
But the first episode of Gen V was like they didn't give you no zero. If you wasn't sitting for like the first 2 minutes, you have to rewind it again and watch it. It's jam packed from episode 1 to right now, and it throws you off on every type of aspect.
Hey Mantra, how you doing? Nice to see you. Who else? Jamie, she said we watch The Circle. I've watched The Circle before.
Okay, so y'all do me a favor. Once y'all give y'all comments, go ahead and put the streaming services so that everybody can kind of get an idea of if they want to watch it, where they can go to. Right.
That's on Netflix. The Circle.
The Circle.
Yeah, they have a lot of episodes.
My wife put me on From. From is on. Yes. So you see, okay, yes, it's another mind-boggling. Almost, you don't know what's going on. It's from, I forget his name, but if you've watched Claws on TNT, his name is Dean in the show. I forget the boys. That's what we went. Twisted Metal on Peacock. From was crazy. I forget what network it came on because it was streaming for free on Amazon Prime, and then I took a week off. I wanted to go back and watch it, and then it went off. Somebody's like the streaming services had
took it off,
acquire their rights back. Yeah, I think it's MM something. The channel that it comes on. Google From, and then From the show. It's only 2 seasons. Fire.
They said the best grossing. Jamie said the best grossing show on Amazon. The Horror of Dolores.
The Horror of Dolores.
Okay, I might check that out.
Apple TV has some really good shows too. You might want to watch The Foundation, Invasion, of course, Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso is
funny as fuck.
If you want to laugh all day, every day, watch some Ted Lasso. It's hijack with the Idris Elba, the Englishman. It's really good. It's a really good show. Yeah. I think it has 7 episodes. I'm not going to get into it because I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but it's a really good show. We have this guy from
Hijack.
Harold. Yes, that's his name. Harold is a guy from the show I'm talking about.
Oh, from Claw.
Yeah, he's the same guy that's in a show called From.
Okay. Let me try
Amazon Total Killer is hilarious. Upload is a nice, funny family type show on Amazon too. It's called Upload. I think they just released season 3.
Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
That was a good one. The Preacher too on Amazon.
I don't think I've watched The Preacher.
Watch The Preacher. It's a really good show also.
But you know what?
One more. Hannah.
That is a good one.
Amazon Prime. Hannah is a really good show.
That's a good one.
Yep.
But we're not going to keep y'all here talk about shows, even though we enjoyed it.
The Fall of the House of Usher on Netflix is a masterpiece. That's a good one.
Damn it,
Okay,
I'm gonna
try to circle that. Ozark, yep. Ozark is a must see. See, we can
Ozark,
keep going with these shows.
But we can't keep going. We got to get into the topic of hand today. Have to get
people are engaged with the show.
We are, because this is what we're going to do. We're going to give y'all a couple of minutes every show of something good to talk about. Then we're going to get into the topic. We look.
Yes, Lioness on. Yep, that's Zoe Saldana, right? I just finished watching that a couple of days ago with my wife. It's a really, really good show. Lioness is a good show. I don't want to keep going because then we're really House of Dragons. House of the Dragons.
Yeah, I'm waiting for season 2.
Yeah, we're waiting.
I'm really waiting for season 2. That season 2 is actually.
And did
supposed
you
to be
know
really,
that
really
Jon
good.
Snow's coming out with his own too?
I heard.
Yeah,
I did hear about that.
the doctor said the house is burning. Basketball is back this week. Basketball is back tomorrow.
Lakers,
the Celtics, the Atlanta Hawks,
the Warriors,
the Warriors. Chris Paul.
Ah.
I'm going to play to my ex-boss.
And man, only Kobe Bryant.
Kobe, all right, rest in peace to Kobe Bryant. And Giannis, is it Giannis?
Giannis
Antetokounmpo. Giannis.
Giannis.
Nigerians are the way they talk.
Man.
Last one, HBO Max, Naked Attraction. Yep. Okay. I love that everything's kept in the comments when people want to come back and kind of
they can definitely go.
And if you have some more, keep on suggesting. We're going to get into the topic
of the day. The topic of the day. We about to talk about Will and Jada.
Oh God.
We're gonna talk about Will and Jada. We're gonna talk about we're not really going to talk about I don't want to really talk about the relationship per se, but I want us to talk about the information that we found out.
Mm-hmm.
Because, for the longest we thought they were this
indestructible.
Yeah, this happy family.
J. Cole was at a concert.
And he admitted saying that part.
He
want that.
Like,
he said, "Fuck that shit. I don't want."
You don't want that. They have been together for 7 years.
Can we keep something real?
What?
Can we admit that probably they were always like this, but they didn't have social media to expose who they truly are?
Yeah.
And the fact that we were banking on a black couple or a couple just to say to have this black love, we're banking on them to be what we consider the epitome of black love.
Yeah.
At some point, we are also at fault of kind of admiring what we consider them as being perfection.
Yeah, definitely, because
there are a lot of people
always
out there.
We're always trying to look at people, especially celebrities, and we're trying to look up to their lifestyle. And let's be real, it's not really tangible. They're living a completely different way. There are a lot of things that they can afford to do.
Not only that, I believe a lot of their lifestyle, it doesn't align with a lot of the lifestyles that we have as regular people.
Right.
You can afford to take, your girl on a date and not be scrutinized by, the paparazzi or the media, right?
Yeah.
But anything Will does or anything Jada does, there's going to be that spotlight on them because they're already celebrities, just like any other celebrity couple. But
the crazy thing is, even though us having all this social media, the crazy thing is we didn't even know that they were separated for 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's the crazy thing. Like, they really put up a facade so good that we thought these guys were still together.
Well, I will admit that the facade would have continued had Jada
not opened her big mouth.
And this is a part where I have a roadblock. I don't know if they've both agreed to troll the media based on the attention that she's getting, because I told you when we talked about this off air that a lot of people have called her bullshit on some of the story that she's told, right? Like, she said that her Tupac was going to marry her, some shit like that, and then they went back and said that he was actually, Tupac was married for like 10 days before the marriage was annulled. You could actually look that up, and this is the exact same period that Jada was saying that she was with Tupac.
Oh, nobody just knows who he was married to.
No, they know who he was married to, but they know it wasn't Jada.
Oh, okay.
Everything is out there that you can research. So, yeah, I truly think that, and for Josh thinking that Will is in the sunken place, then we're almost saying that Will is not guilty of doing some stuff that we don't know about yet.
Not only that, I mean, I'm not going to.
Like, I don't believe that a man that's being in a lot of category being disrespected,
he's allowing it though. He's allowing it. So I can't really feel sorry for him because he's allowing her to do this. I mean, well,
I think he's trying to allow this. Okay,
but
so
think about it.
You know what I truly believe is happening right now. I believe that all this, I'm trying to feel sorry for Will Smith, is an attempt for him to regain what he lost when he slapped Chris Rock on stage.
Honestly,
Because the way Will is approaching this whole situation, he's not fighting back. He's not being angry. If you go to his Instagram right now, all of y'all go to his Instagram right now and look at his latest post.
you know why? Because I think he genuinely loves Jada.
That could be the truth.
I think he really like. No,
But
I really
there's
think
a man on earth that will put up with what she's
there are men on earth that will put up with that.
with that money, with that fame. Mention one. I'll wait. Mention one man that will put up with what Will's putting up with right now. That in his net worth. I'll wait. Jada has money, but she don't have Will money.
Jada, with
Yeah.
all due respect, Jada is like a C.
No, drop it down some more.
Okay, D.
Okay. No, okay. Then mention 5 Jada Pinkett Smith movies by herself.
No, that she started.
Nutty Professor.
3. We stuck on 3 now, and I can name you 10 Will Smith. Set It Off. It was a
feature.
compilation,
It was
and
a
that was
feature.
Latifah's movie. That was Latifah's movie.
It was a meme that said, "Watching Jim talk, wish they had killed her."
Somebody else said the one bullet Tupac caught or wish he didn't catch was Jada. They have been tearing her.
you know, I've seen a meme. I've seen a meme with Tupac in the car
And the driver was
and you just see Jada head popping up out the front seat like.
That's what killed him. That was the bullet that killed him. Yes, Will made her. I won't even say Will made her an A-lister. Will made her.
He did. If she wasn't married to Will, she would not.
But right now, she's still not an A-lister.
She's A-listed by association.
But she has to still step by herself, right? Have you ever seen her in a lead movie? She is the lead in the movie. Because if we go back to a lot of these movies she's been in, Will was the one that said, "Come on." You remember the Ali movie? She was one of Ali's wives in that movie.
Yeah.
Right? There's another movie she was in. Will, there's several movies she's in where Will is a main character. Exactly. Because he knew that she's only limited to TV. And this is no disrespect to her.
Was a good show.
Yes, and there's another one. She was in Gotham. She's a main character. And there's nothing wrong with being an incredibly.
Wait, what? She was in a what show was she on? Because Will was in when Will had Fresh Prince.
She had a different world.
She had different world.
Yeah.
Okay, and because Will was what's her name? What was his girlfriend? What's her name? Udoka's ex.
Nia Long.
Because Will was with Nia Long on the Fresh Prince.
Audition, but she was too short. The height difference. It was too much of a height difference.
Right.
Gave it to Nia Long.
Set It Off. I'll never call Set It Off.
Yeah. I know how
Jada may have been
he
one
divorced his wife for her. Yeah.
Jada may have been one of the first ones that may have been one of the ones that got away without getting killed, but she was not the main character.
No,
Set It
she
Off.
wasn't.
It was
She was the main
Latifah.
character, that's why she didn't get killed.
It was Latifah. Okay, why was Latifah's dressing so
The
do you know how
most
many bullets they
dramatic.
put- they kept on shooting.
Hers was the most
She-
dramatic.
The person that leaves the prison doesn't die.
Really?
Not all the time.
Not all the time.
Because sometimes the superhero dies. Sometimes the superhero dies.
What's that movie?
To save.
You remember when
to
Will Smith-
save the girl he liked.
Remember when Will Smith had those back? Okay, who was the star in Titanic? I'll wait. It
Really?
was Leonardo DiCaprio. You know it. It was Leo. Leo was one of, and she could have just said, "Just lay on my back."
Think about it. No,
Just lay on back.
think about it. As soon as why do you think it ends
When
when she let go?
Yeah.
How come it
And-
just didn't keep going about her life?
And
They didn't give a fuck about Rose.
what was that movie that came out like right after Will had done In Pursuit of Happiness? It was this movie that he had donated like all of his main arteries. 7 something.
7 pounds.
Oh, 7 pounds.
Did he not die at the end of 7 pounds when he got those jellyfish and went in the tub? Yeah, you're right. You're right.
John
you're right.
Q.
Ah. No. He didn't die in John Q.
He almost died.
Well, that's not the case. That's not the point. Let's get back to Jada and Will. You know the funny thing is,
What?
if Pac was still here, he would not be with Jada. No, he would not.
No.
You see, I believe that Jada
Before you get off, I wanted to say this. Really, Pop was not a thug.
We know that.
Oh, we just talked about this.
Yeah,
But I'm saying this for viewers. Y'all know he was not a thug.
Let me tell you what Tupac was.
But it was it was because he knew that was the only way for him to get girls.
Let me tell you what Tupac. Let me tell you what Tupac was. He was an actor.
Yeah,
he played the role that just like Drake does right now.
I mean,
you can see Drake in Texas hanging around Jay Prince throwing up gang signs. You can see Drake in New York with the white people and the Jewish people sitting down doing shaloms. You can see him in Nigeria with Wizkid and Davido chopping it up, right? Drake can play either role. And the fact that Tupac did the same, he had to sell an image. Biggie was not this crack dealing, blah, 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 that he always claimed to be.
Neither was Pop.
Yes, but they had to sell an image. Do you know who Michael Irvin is?
Which one?
How many Michael Irvins?
I'm thinking about Kyrie. Sorry.
No. Michael
Irvin is the football player. Yeah, and his son that's rapping like he been living. Yeah, his son is rapping like.
This man said, we grew up in a gated community.
he's rapping about my life. but
what's this infatuation with us? Especially
it gives you this hard look. Like when you present a certain image, it gives you this hard look. And when you give off this hard look, certain females are going to be attracted to it.
This is why
certain females are going to be certain females are going to be attracted to it. Some men are going to respect you for it. People put up this side so people can just say, okay, I'm gonna give him his props. People don't give the dude that works at tech for Google. If he's walking down the street, who's going to be like, that's a real, I respect that dude. Unless you know him.
I respect you too. But listen, so you're trying to tell me directly that if Jay-Z was standing right here and Will Smith was standing right here,
people will be like,
street niggas will give
Jay-Z more props than Will.
They'll be like, this is a cornball right here.
Yeah, we're like, man, bro, let's think about it.
Is it Will?
Even though he had hits.
Who?
Will.
How many?
Hits.
How many?
Yeah.
How many?
But he had hits. He had more
Jigga with it. Here comes Men in Black.
No. Wild West.
Okay.
Party Starter.
I don't know Party Starter.
Summertime.
I thought Summertime. Okay.
Come on now. I don't like Will now either. Come on.
I just feel like all his songs were songs you hear on Nickelodeon.
But that's my point though.
PG-13.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
But why is that wrong for society to see Will as he's not a hard? He went up
because
there
he's not a hard dude.
He slapped Chris Tucker.
He did that. He did that.
I call everybody.
You know he did that. You know he did that because he could have slapped the person next to him.
His wife?
Yeah.
He would have slapped the back of her head, that bald head.
Nah, he was like, I can't hit her.
So I gotta go take
let me take
I can respect that. Yeah, that's another fact, Josh. Will Smith does not curse.
He does not curse.
I mean, and I feel like we look down on the fact that this is a product of society.
But I like Will though.
That's grown up to be successful. He married a black queen. Well, if this was fucking 5 years ago, you would have said yes.
You're right.
Yes.
Yeah, 5 years ago, I would have said you're right.
So I know I'm not crazy when we say at one point she was a black queen, but now she's a bald head.
Scallywag.
Ain't got no hair in the back. Gelled up, weaved up.
Your hair is messed up.
What, chicky, what,
chicky.
Boy, please. Whatever.
I
don't think Pac would still be with Jada. I think her antics.
No.
Now they're saying Red Table's coming back.
You did your damage.
I think
I've never seen a man so broken in real life before.
Do you think she's an attention seeker?
Yes. Yeah.
She did a lot of podcasts recently. She was on Fat Joe's. She was on Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes. She was on Uncle Shannon Sharp.
Yeah.
She was on a whole
She was
bunch
on
of
a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Jamie said behind closed doors, he definitely is taken from the dark. Viv, he's not PG.
No, I don't think he's PG at all. I think his image is what he wants.
Yeah, his image is
Some
PG.
people's image is so important to him. And I think it took a lot out of Will Smith when he realized that he had slapped Chris Rock. that his career not over, because I believe we live in a society that in a week or two people start talking about something else, something different is going to happen. But when you see his face, it kind of reminds you. I think Chris Rock made a lot of money off that slap because he had this special on Netflix that everybody was anticipating, so they went and tuned in, and I felt like that was Chris Rock getting his revenge.
Yeah,
and the way he spoke ill of the situation. There was another rumor that Chris Rock had hit up Jada and wanted to take her on a date when he heard that they've been separated. I don't really like to attach myself to the first thing I hear from the media, because the media is just like, they're like mosquitoes. They want to bite you. Right?
I mean, yeah.
And they want to infect you with news that you will agree on with everything in you without doing a little bit of more research. Right? I don't think Chris Rock was even interested in Jada. I don't think at this point that Chris Rock can see baddies that are in their like 20s and 30s
because
at his fame,
even at his age, he still can get
He has I think his wife right now is like in her 30s.
Yeah, you see,
that's Martin Lawrence, one of them. But they can pull these younger girls.
They can.
Why would a man that got slapped on the Oscar want to start even more beef by hitting her? How did he even get her number? You know what I'm saying? So the media will try to pull you into more drama. And I believe there's no drama like black drama. People love black drama.
And to be honest, now I even look at the whole August Alsina thing a little differently. Because if they've been separated for 7 years, then I guess it was a what did she call it?
Entanglement.
An entanglement, yeah.
I still believe that they have always been like this. It's just Jada's mouth is slipping. Like she
don't know how to hold water.
She don't know how to hold water at all. It's those people that they trying so hard to like suck it in that good picture, but the cameraman's taking too long, so they just keep on going back to their natural shape. And before you know it, they back to where they at. You were supposed to protect your household. When have you heard Will Smith say anything about their marriage other than? And there are many times where they've asked him questions and he doesn't enter into them. But she felt the need to just go on this whole I'm in love with Tupac, and you know, if Tupac was still alive, him and Will will be. Yes, him and Will will be cool because she knows. No, listen. Listen. Will is that kind of man. He will shake your hand.
Right, hate you in.
That's I always.
Well, that's
I
fake,
always
then.
believe it doesn't matter. It's respect. There's a lot of people.
No, I'll respect you more if you tell me, look. No, I'm doing this for her.
The energy will be known that we don't like each other, but I respect you. Like you haven't done anything to me reckless, so why have beef with you?
Because my wife wants to have sex with you.
Yeah,
and I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying, but that's most likely how you're gonna think. You're not gonna be looking at your wife and completely say it's her fault. You're gonna be looking at the dude saying, "Man, she really liked this dude." And so now he's looking at Pac like, man, I gotta try to be better than this.
So how about this? If Tupac was still alive, Will would have been divorced her. If she was still acting, if she was acting the way she's acting about Pac, Will would have. You know, Will has already been divorced before.
Yeah.
He
left her for her.
Yeah, but
he said that he does not want to get a divorce ever again.
He doesn't. That's why separated. Divorce, right?
Right.
So when they were separated, you think Will Smith just going home, eating, drinking milk and cookies and reading his Harry book and just going straight to sleep?
No.
Or was he clapping?
He was, but that doesn't mean he doesn't love his wife, though.
I didn't say that. But what I'm trying to tell you is that he also has his outlets. That's not being talked about.
Yeah.
Because Will knows how to.
Yeah, because he's
keep it in the closet. He knows how to put it in the safe and lock it up. What you and what Will and whatever he does outside of his marriage, the NDAs, the fact that, like I told you, Jada is, you said D, we're going to agree on D. You know, you said C at first. I said drop it again.
Yeah,
I said D. Yeah. I'm going to call it D because she's not anybody. I mean, our sound engineer had said that Heartthrown was good, and I agree with you. And Gotham was good, but as you keep on going, by the time you get to like number 7 of stuff that Jada's been in, you start to like really pull for, I don't know, because it's done after a while.
Yeah.
But Will, you can keep on going. And Will's kids have flourished in their own ways, except for the oldest. He's a quiet one. He does his own thing. But Willow and...
I'm not going to lie.
What's the other one's name?
Jaden
and Willow. they've done their thing, and they're still doing their thing.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, for what's going on in that family, I can say they turned out okay.
They sure did.
For what's going on between Aaron,
She said,
I can say they turned out
she
okay.
said one of her kids put her on mushrooms. Jane was the one that started micro mushroom.
But you stupid enough from taking mushrooms from your child.
Well, she's stupid enough to keep on talking about a man that's been dead for how long? 1996. It's been 20 something years.
You know when you see,
You know what I think?
God forgive me, but you know when you see Pop out the sunroof, he was get me away from this bitch. Get me away from.
You know what I think happens? Her and Will be sleeping in the bed, and she'd be like, oh, "I love you," and Will be like, "I love you too." And she'd be like, "Not you, nigga."
You knew who I was talking about.
Every time Will go in the bathroom, she playing Tupac.
Nah, when he come out the bathroom, she playing Tupac. It ain't when he going in.
She got a secret tattoo of Tupac on it nobody else see.
On her back.
Yeah, only see it when he see it. Bitch. I love this bitch.
I'm sorry, but it's just because look, with never mind. Let me not say that. But honestly,
Go ahead and speak your mind, bro.
Before this, I was like, you know what? I really do respect Will. Before all of this stuff started coming out. And then to see him I get it. You may love this woman to the bottom of your heart. But the thing is, when somebody is disrespecting you like this, and you continue to say, you know what, I know I'm gonna stick beside him, no matter what.
But let's keep in mind
That's
they're still
crazy.
They're still separated.
According to her,
Mm-hmm.
they're working on things to get back together.
Will has not said a damn thing.
Will never says a damn thing.
So why should we take one person's word?
Because that's the only one talking.
I'm not going to believe just one person.
You're right. We should have believed
It's
just one person.
hers,
but the way that but his actions leading up to this point say that if she said, if they're really trying to work things out, I believe he's trying to work things out with her.
because it's good for his image.
No, it is not.
Okay, so they've been
because after what? No,
let me ask this.
Okay, go ahead.
They've been separated for 7 years, right?
Yep.
If you go back on YouTube, show me an award show that he was at Jada wasn't there with him. Show me, or a movie. In the last 7 years, she's been in a movie with him.
But you're talking about because we never knew that they were separated.
That's
the difference. We now know that they're separated. We now know that they lie about everything
for the last 7 years.
For the last 7 years.
But in those last 7 years, can you really remember how much stuff they were doing together? If you go to his Instagram, that's all you got to do. You can see how together they were.
No, they were together for the camera.
That's what I just said.
But yeah, but
I said it's for he needs her to look good.
But my point is, my point is, if we already know this, because they were looking good together, they looked like they were in unity together. But like I said, we did not know that they were separated. Now that we know that they're separated, him getting back with her and us seeing the type of person, forget woman, forget black woman, forget any of that, the type of person she is, and you stick with her.
The mother.
Nobody. Guess what? If she breaks his heart again, we definitely won't feel. Actually, I don't feel sorry for him now, but we definitely won't feel sorry for him.
I think at this point right now, I don't think majority of people feel as sorry for him anymore. They're now calling her like the devil in the house. She's the one that's putting Will through all of this,
man.
Right? And he's the one that's just laying there and he's taking it. And if that's his prerogative, then that's his prerogative. So, like I said, some men are up and out, and Will Smith is
up and in,
getting jiggy with it. Na 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 na.
I'll be like Michael Blackson. I can't get jiggy with this shit.
We are just spectators in
their life.
We're an audience reading a book that we don't even know when it started. We don't know what happened in the middle. We're just there when she wants to open it up, and then we pass a whole bunch of our recommendations or comments or judgments, and we have one very important party that's involved that hasn't really said anything. For the most part, this lady has called her husband and said, "Look, I'm gonna do some fuck it." And Will says, "Go ahead, do what you want to do." And she has been going wild and crazy. I don't think there is a 20-something-year-old that will allow their mom to say all this stuff about their dad, not just a regular dad. It's Will, Jaden and Will, Willow and Will, and they just keep quiet. Don't believe the media. I think she's trolling. I think what she did. I think what she
Will might have told him not to say nothing either.
the kid.
Yeah, or the kids might also have enough maybe respect or fear for their mom where they don't want to speak out against their mom.
You know what Kim recently did? Kim Kardashian.
What?
She recently got a male nanny. And you know what her reason was?
Why?
Because she wants a male figure in the kid's life because Kanye's not there.
What's a male nanny to do?
A male figure.
How is a male nanny a male figure though?
You know,
just because he's a man,
yeah.
doesn't give you. That
you have that authoritarian.
Nannies aren't authoritative.
No, but she wants a daddy type nanny.
But nannies aren't daddies.
This is what she wants. But do you think for a second Kanye West is not going to respond to that?
Yeah, because we know Kanye.
See. And we also know that Kim Kardashian has said some stuff about Kanye that's nowhere near being truthful. And then Kanye comes out and he says, I can remember one time he was trying to get the address to come to his daughter's birthday.
Yeah,
party.
I remember that.
And he had to go through a whole bunch of people because Kim came out and said, Kanye, you're being crazy. They always drag their words when they're talking, you know, like, liar. What's going on? But anyway, he releases all of his shots of him actually trying to find directions to his daughter's birthday. But Kim had already put out this narrative out there so the media can paint Kanye as a bad person. That's what the media does. Will Smith, if any of this was, because there's a difference between being hurt and then being embarrassed. If somebody embarrasses you, even though you're in love, it's gonna make you angry.
Yeah.
Because you don't have either or. She's embarrassed you don't have her. She doesn't love you anymore, you don't have her. You're going to respond with anger as a man.
Not if you're passive. Not if you are a passive man.
He got up and he slapped Chris Rock.
That's
in front of
there's
maybe 2,000 people.
There's a difference. There's people act differently towards their spouse than they would somebody outside of the family.
So you think that they're still in the same house?
No, I'm just saying they're still a family. And like I said, you see, the way you react to a man is going to be different from the way you react to a woman.
Definitely.
So it being Chris Rock, a whole man, you disrespect my wife, especially when my wife is putting me through hell. So how is the only way I can prove to my wife that I'm basically close or similar to Tupac? Let me slap the hell out of this man.
You think Tupac would have slapped that man?
To be honest, no, not over Jada.
No. Let's just
Jada.
Let's just say Jada. Let's just say hypothetical.
If it's Jada, I have a feeling that, be honest, this is just my thought. This is just what I think.
I think I know where you're going.
I think Jada is kind of annoying.
I think he looked at you and like, bitch.
And he's going to be exactly. He's going to be I think he would let. I think
your bitch.
I actually think he let Chris Rock slide. If it was Jada.
No. You know what?
I think he would let Chris Rock slide.
You know the ultimate though? I don't think Chris Rock even attempts to joke with Tupac in the audience with that Jada being his wife.
You think so?
Nigga.
Because
people was afraid of Tupac.
No.
People was afraid of Tupac.
I've heard other stories too about Tupac. Because I heard the story about Tupac and Nas.
Yes.
Nas was.
You forget Nas is also a Queens legend. He has his people. He has his army back there.
And who did Pop have?
He had Death Row.
That's what I'm saying.
He was in New York. Wasn't in Cali. New York is Nas. Cali is. It's almost like when Biggie went to Cali. He went to Oakland. You know who saved Biggie? E40. Of that story. They had set Biggie up. They was trying to take his life, and I don't want to misconstrue the story, but E40 was the person that they called. Or he called E40, and E40 is the one that diffused the whole situation. So if Pac was alive, You're right. He won't be with Jada, but let's just say hypothetically he was, and was sitting in at the Oscar. Was it the Oscars or the Grammys? Oscars. He was at the Oscars with he was at the Oscars with Jada.
Funny enough, it wouldn't. You're right. It would never happen because they wouldn't be at the Oscars.
No. At this point of Pac's, because we had this discussion when I said, would Pac be a politician? And I said, nah.
Well, he may be an actor.
I agreed more of him being an actor, but he wouldn't probably be in music anymore. I felt like this persona, if you go out every day and you put like a red flag behind you every day, your brain's going to tell you you're a blood. You have that red flag behind you. You hanging around some people got the red flag behind them too. Yeah. Every day he woke up, he was rapping about some stuff that he wasn't really truly doing. Yeah. Biggie was rapping about some stuff that he wasn't truly really doing. Juice was a nice song. Hypnotize is a nice song. More Money, More Problems is a nice song.
But that's what people relate to.
That's what we relate to.
That's what I mean.
That's why people don't really listen to the Will Smith songs.
White people listen. Oh,
not white people.
Oh, because
you
white
would
people
never hear a thug banging no. Nah, 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 nah.
I used to write. Oh shit.
He going to jail. He just put up the blood sign.
No, I did.
Shut it down.
I did this whole thing. I did the 3. I did the east or 3 side. But anyway, I don't know why I did that. Oh, but
he trying to be somebody he not.
You right? I was faking.
We've all been there before. We little. I remember when I think my ex at the time, we was in the club, I was drinking, thinking that I think it was Lil Jon and the East Side Boys came up, and it was that part where Lil Jon says, rep your city or rep something. I'm doing this right here.
What was that? I'm even gonna lie to you. I did that one time in front of my friends.
You trying to get killed?
No, I did that in front of one of my friends. They're like, "Nigga, what are you throwing up?" I was like, you were like, "What you doing, bro?"
And the truth is, you don't want to live that life.
Nah, you don't.
You don't.
You see the movies,
nigga.
I'm not bulletproof, nigga.
I don't see the movies anymore. They on Instagram live, nigga.
Bro,
you watching niggas throwing this up and then they get shot. They in their car say, yeah, I got all this money, and then they do it. Somebody just come and give me all that money.
Bro, I always think the worst when it comes. I'm the type that, it's going good for everybody, but I'll be the one person that when they try it, all things go to hell.
He right here, kill this motherfucker. It's Pyro right here, kill this nigga. Let me tell you a quick story. A guy and his sister, they went to a club in Oakland, somewhere in California. I'm not going to say Oakland. I think I just said Oakland because of E40. They go to a club in California. The guy is deaf. His sister is not, but his sister understands sign language. Nigga, they in the club, and she signaled, do you want something to drink? And he says yes. And how does he say yes? He has to answer back with the sign language. Doing by here, and all of a sudden you see niggas just pulling up around him. Like, what's up, nigga? What's that you repping? And the nigga can't hear shit.
Sign language, nigga.
And he kept on doing that, so they kept on
like sign.
His sister saved his life. His sister said he's deaf. He was just putting up some sign language, but the ignorance, being a man by himself, is gonna throw up some gang signs in front of a whole bunch of other people.
We're like,
nah.
Man, nah, bro. Yeah, but I think I don't think Will and Pac would be friends. I just think because Will has so much jealousy towards him, and Will is.
I don't think he does.
He said it himself.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
He did?
Yeah.
In his book?
Yeah. He said he was jealous.
I need to find that book then. I heard the book was really good.
More jealous of the fact that for the love that Jada had for him. So
you know what I also think?
What?
I think that Jada she's stretching this a little bit.
Oh yeah, she's gonna milk money. She's gonna milk.
She's stretching this whole love that her and Tupac had towards each other.
No, I don't think she is. You know what I think it is? That's how much love she has for Tupac.
Yeah, that's what exactly. That's where I was going to nail it. He wasn't. Tupac was a poet, and he was also a man that loved to express himself. Let's not talk about the Tupac the Thug. Let's talk about Dear Mama. Let's talk about Brenda Got a Baby.
Okay.
Right? If you listen to these lyrics, a man writing this stuff is really connected to his emotions.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So if he was to write a letter, because we didn't have iPhones and all this shit that you could text people and kind of express yourself, Tupac was a writer. So when he's writing stuff and Jada sees it and she reads it, you know, I don't know if I know you're aware of this. Women love sentimental stuff. Now, you know, the tides have turned where it's like it's materialist now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to do this and do that and do this for me before we do anything. But back then, they loved the simpler stuff. You know, you write a letter to him, and it's a personal letter. She read this. She had so much love for him. But if you go back in the timeline, he was never, ever solely with her. He was moving around. He had other Quincy Jones' daughter. He was about to marry her. Before he left the hotel, he was with her. She told him not to go. He went. He got in a fight with what's the guy that just got arrested? Whatever his name is. His nephew, Orlando. Orlando went to go get his people. They found him. They shot him. He died. Again, the person that he left the hotel with before he died, Quincy Jones's daughter.
Yeah, but that's why, you know, like you said, you were going to say, she was in love. She was deeply in love with him.
I think she was in love with him, in love with the character that he had become. Told you he was an actor. He was playing different roles, but she knew the real him because they were in school together.
Mm-hmm.
You can't really act when you're in school unless they're calling you to audition. They get to see the authentic you. You know what I'm saying? And when she found out who he was, you know, everybody that kind of talks about him says he's not a bad person. Angela, what's name? Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou came to Poetic Justice, the set of Poetic Justice. She said Tupac came in and he was cursing, blah blah blah. Fuck this shit. Fuck your bitch, you fat motherfucker. You know, that's how he got the lyrics for. But anyway, Maya sat him down and said, "Why are you?" You know, she talked to him. She said at the end of the whole thing, Tupac was crying. Tupac, the person that everybody, if you look at him on like on a pedestal, he's that thug that you don't want to mess with.
No, but
you know
I can see it though.
He was crying.
I can see it though.
You know what I'm saying? And
especially through when I listen to some of his music, you could tell he's
connected with his emotions.
He's an emotional guy. Well, I won't say emotional, but he
was no different than Will. I'm telling you, he was no different than Will. He was just able to act a different role. You get what I'm saying now? Will's connected with his emotions. Will cries on TV. I'm not talking about no crime because, you know, he's acting. I'm talking about he's whatever action.
But you don't usually see Pop crying on TV though.
We didn't, because he also died in 96 and technology wasn't it is right now.
Yeah, but even during interviews, you don't see Pop
no.
crying.
You're right. Okay, but he's still very connected to his emotions.
Yeah. I just think he knows how to control it.
You're right.
Like I don't think maybe he was crying with Maya, but he wouldn't be crying in front of us.
No.
You know. So
but then again, we can only speculate.
You're right.
Some people, like I truly believe sometimes that Puff is supposed to cry on TV because of what he's been through. But Diddy Diddy bops and just keeps on doing keeps on doing him. He's lost a lot of people around him, right? But he just keeps on just pushing and bottling all that emotion.
Yeah. So I mean, I just think what happens with them is going to happen. However it's going to go is going to go. You know, well, if they're going to get a divorce, I think they should. For Will's sanity, I think they should. But besides that, I just think he's extremely in love with Jada. I don't think he wants to leave Jada. I think he wants to end up with her again. Her, on the other hand, I don't know.
I think as individuals, they get along as friends.
As friends, yeah.
That's why they don't want to get a divorce. They can do that. You do you, I do. But when we come together, we have so much fun together. And
you think she still has fun with Will?
Together, yeah. I go to his Instagram when you get off. When you get home, just go scroll through his, like I'm talking about when the pandemic had hit, because we're talking 7 years. So I don't want to go like the last year, because the last year they've really been in the headlines for a lot of negatives. They had the entanglement. They had the red table. They had a whole bunch of, go back to when the pandemic started, when they were all locked up in the same house. Everything was in sync. But when the pandemic was over,
I kind of think that they did that for the camera though.
why they didn't have to do anything for the camera? They could have just off it, social media. A lot of couples do that. They don't go on social media.
But a lot of celebrities make money off of their social media.
Will Smith didn't need that kind of social media money. He is super rich without it.
But somebody does.
Who? Jada?
Yeah.
All she got to do, if Will is that in love with her, all she has to do is say, baby, if Tupac was still alive, and he would have been like, baby, how much you want? We'll be back on Sunday. We appreciate y'all checking in on this lovely Monday. Y'all go ahead and still, because I want to come back to these comments and see some of these shows that y'all are putting in the comments.
Yes. But let's even give some of them. Let's read some of them because we weren't able to read a lot of them. So let's go through at least a couple of them. Miss Scorpion 29 Valentine. She over telling her side of the story. Side of the marriage, then now Will breaking his silence because she's telling more than what their marriage was before.
Okay.
Will's separation is leading to divorce.
Even being a swinger couldn't save their marriage. She said her and Tupac together in another life, she would never have a romantic feeling for Tupac. She's confused. I agree.
It's the boy because Will knows Jada ain't going nowhere. Okay, I can see that too, because I wouldn't, if I was Jada, I wouldn't want to go nowhere either.
I think Jada walks into Will sometimes like clapping cheeks, and it don't even bother her. She's like,
okay,
I'll be back.
Let me go to August.
Bitch ass. We'll be back next week. We appreciate y'all tuning in.
Yes, y'all have
Sunday.
Great Monday. Have a great week. Like, subscribe, comment,
and share with
friends.
Yep.
So y'all have a great one.
Peace.